Hiya, I hope you're keeping well. I'm going to mix things up a bit today. I feel like all month I've been talking about rosacea skincare tips. I'm always doing my makeup videos, but today I'm just going to run you through a few little fragrance ideas. The weather's obviously picked up so much, it's that bit warmer, we're kind of mixing up what we're wearing clothing wise. And fragrance can be a big part of that as well, can't it? But one of the things that I'm going to show you today that I think you'll really like, I think fragrance is just so personal, and it's not really the same as, you know, a nice lipstick that you're going to see on Instagram and give it a go and see how you get on with it. If you don't like the smell of a fragrance, you're not going to wear it. It's not something that you can, you know, mix or get the best of. So the Perfume Society have come up with this spring box, and what they're going to do every season is give you an edit of samples that are perfect for that time of year. And like, what a brilliant way to try a few things, see which one you like, and then, you know, make an informed decision. Now, when I say samples, some of them are really quite generous and cute. Like, there's a couple of examples. This is actually the Flower Bomb Dew. I mentioned that in a little Reels video not long ago, that it's kind of a softer alternative to Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb if you've tried that kind of thing. But they've really given you a mix across the board of, you know, sweet, aromatic. You've got everything in here. If I show you what you would get in this particular box, you've got your Flower Bomb and your Armani My Way fragrance there. But then you've got, you know, Valentino, Maison Martin Margiela. You've got a bit of Angel, which is going to be completely different to the likes of your, you know, YSL, Lancome. You've also got in this particular box that I just thought I would show you, I'm double checking I've got it right, I have Clementine California from Atelier Cologne. This is what I mean. You've got these little soft, gentle, sweet fragrances. Then you've got this beautiful, juicy, citrusy, really bright, clean fragrance. That's one of my favourite fragrances of all time. And just to show you as well, I've previously done a whole video on Atelier Cologne. They're one of my favourite brands. I think they last really well and wear really well on the skin. But they always do little limited edition pouches for the fragrances. That's my Clementine California. I actually already have that one. If you were getting a gift for someone or you just fancied a little treat for yourself, always have a look at what little limited pouches they're doing, and they will inscribe them for you as well. But I've gone completely off piste on what I was meant to say to you. The moral of the story is, how nice is that if you want a new fragrance but you don't quite know which one to go for, to be able to try a few different ones that are nice for this time of year. So I thought I would show you. Now, two new fragrances that I think are really lovely. There's the Shiseido Ginza. Now, this is, I think it's a really lovely bottle actually. Quite unusual. I don't know if you can see, you know, with the background of the living room and what have you, but it's a really kind of soft pink juice. This fragrance is really unusual in that it's very floral and fruity and clean and quite crisp and girly, but there's also a bit of warmth to it. So like, think of if you had like a really clean, pretty fragrance on, but you had it over your sun cream and your skin was quite warm. That's what it reminds me of. I would just say as well, I've purposefully not read the descriptions of anything I'm about to tell you about, because I think once you've got that marketing spiel in your head, it's hard to get out of it. And I think with fragrance, it's much nicer to just say how something makes you feel or what it smells like to you. So I would say really crisp and pretty and clean for that one. But also it's not so pretty that it would feel, you know, inappropriate for you if you weren't 16. That's the thing with some of the sweet ones, isn't it? It can be a bit like, is that a bit too girly? That is elegant, crisp, girly with a nice little bit of sensuality to it. And then the last one, this is one of the most beautiful collections I've seen. Jo Malone have come up with this new collection inspired by vintage marmalades. They always come up with these really obscure concepts, and like one of my favourites, I don't know if you remember a few years ago, they did one called the Herb Garden. And when you saw the descriptions of what was in the fragrances, you'd be thinking, why would I want to wear that? Why would I want to smell like that? And then you got them on the skin and they were absolutely beautiful. But it comes in this little tin, and then the bottles are this really unusual really nostalgic, almost like a white ceramic. They're absolutely beautiful. So everything is quite nostalgic is the word I would use. It reminds me of the kind of thing you'd find in the greenhouse or something. Now the Tangy Rhubarb from this collection is what it says on the tin. It just smells like that lovely, that's the thing with rhubarb, isn't it? It's very sharp and sweet and a bit sour all at the same time. It's a real mixture of things. But this on the skin just smells like you've been in the garden all day, you've got a bit grubby, you've been picking the berries from the leaves. It's so beautiful and so perfect for this time of year. Now that we're able to spend a bit more time outdoors, I've got it on that wrist. There's something just very earthy about it, and like you've been really in the garden all day, getting grubby, but had a lovely, lovely day in the sunshine. I think it's really beautiful. And one of the things it reminds me of, I just wanted to show you. The one thing I did Google before I made this video, and now my laptop's gone, I was like, how do I pronounce this brand that I'm going to tell you about? But basically, I'm sure it was E-Days Day Wenus. Do you know what? I'm not even going to go there. Basically, years ago, I used to work at Selfridges, and like if I show you how much is left in this now, I have cherished this because I haven't been at Selfridges for probably 4 years, and I would have got this at some point before I left. So that is how long I've been kind of really sparingly using this. But one of the buying team, Adela, she specialises in finding fragrances and she loves niche fragrances. And whatever description I must have given her about the kinds of things I like to wear, she was like, you would absolutely love this. The main note is rhubarb. It's their signature scent. This is a New York perfumery. And oh my gosh, this particular fragrance, I mean, it costs a fortune. I Googled it before I made this video and it's like $243. So it's not something that you're going to just be picking up with your small change, let's be honest. It's got the rhubarb in there, but it smells quite sexy and sophisticated, and it's a really beautiful smell. And this Tangy Rhubarb is like the grubbier, been in the garden, you know, younger. If there was like a grown-up and a young girl, they would be one on each of each other. So I just thought I would give it to you as a little comparison, that was another thing. When I smelt the Tangy Rhubarb, I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of the other one that would, you know, break the bank. So I just thought I would share. But to summarise, you've got a few different options there. Something for if you don't know which fragrance to go for. Something if you want your really clean, pretty, elegant, something quite light and airy. And something if you just want that, you know, that kind of cheeky, charming. I just think this is really lovely. I will point out as well about that Jo Malone collection, while I've got two of them there, some of the fragrances are just in this beautiful heritage bottle, but they're classics from Jo Malone, like the Blackberry and Bay. And then the Tangy Rhubarb is a limited edition, and once it's gone, it's gone. I really wish, speaking of Jo Malone, that Herb Garden collection, if I knew how much I was going to grow to love that, I would have got a couple more bottles. But that's the nice thing with the limited editions. Sometimes you manage to get a little treat that never comes back. But anyway, those are a few that I thought you'd really like. Out of interest, if there's a particular fragrance that you love for this time of year, just let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're wearing. I'll be back to the makeup videos this week. I just thought I would share, seeing as the weather was nice and I was wearing something a bit different myself today. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll chat to you very soon. Take care.